This is the instructor segment for the stick exercises. I will be going through all the different compensations that the seniors will use when they're actually doing the exercise. For the stick exercises, it's pretty simple. The main thing you need to look out for is to make sure that their shoulders don't shrug up. That will cause a lot of tightness in the shoulder, and in the long run, they'll have less and less motion. So let's go through the exercises. The first one we have is just stick flexion, where you're just going up and down. Very basic exercise. They don't have to go very high. Once you see their shoulders coming up, or if the stick starts to twist or turn in the air and it's not straight, then you'll know that one side is tighter than the other. So make sure that they're balanced. When they do the lift, the stick should be in the same line and not dropping on each side. Up and down, and look out for the shoulder shrug, as I said from before. The next one we're going to doing is the rotation, where your hands are together and you're doing the turn from side to side. The most common error I see is people who over twist and tend to shrug and turn over, and sometimes they'll complain that there's pain in the shoulder. So when they do that, number one, make sure they don't overturn the stick. That's number one. And then number two, if they still feel like they're tight when they're turning, you can always have them drop the stick down a bit lower and do it from here. No difference, and it's still moving the shoulder. Next one we're going to do is shoulder circles. This is pretty tiring for seniors, I think, so they don't have to do that many repetitions. I'll just go ahead and show you the exercise. Going in circles. Same thing, when they start to get tired, they're going to start shrugging and maybe breath hold. So make sure they're breathing throughout the exercise, and they don't have to have it high. They can always have it down here and do small circles first, and as they get better, they can go a bit higher. The next exercise they'll be doing is the shoulder press. Just the stick on the chest, straight up into the ceiling. Not a lot of compensations here, mainly shoulder shrugging, that's one. And if you look from the side, some of them will actually lean back to try to lift up the stick. And that might cause lower back pain or put excessive stress on the back. So make sure you just check or have their back just on the chair so they don't cheat or compensate. Next exercise is the rotation. This is it right here. Once again, as they're turning towards that side, sometimes the shoulder does shrug when it's tight. So always look out for the shoulder shrug, as I said. The other thing that usually happens is when they are tight, they will tend to lean over with their bodies or start to shift a lot. Whenever you're doing any kind of exercise, just make sure that the body is always stable and turning around one point. Okay. Last exercise is the row. There's actually two segments to the exercise. One is actually just a rowing down sequence, which is easy to do. And if you want, you can actually have them raise the stick up all the way to stretch out and then back down. Same thing, you're going to be looking for the shoulder shrug as they come up, and also make sure they pull all the way back as if they're rolling, and if they can't understand, have them out to the side to stretch out this part of the shoulder. Same thing, look out for the shoulder shrug, and that's it for the shoulder segment.